Manchester United in free fall, and the Buccaneers are bamboozled by Cape Town Spurs. It is Football Friday. It is ONSIDE ZA. Ballers, welcome to it. We are proudly brought to you by Betway. Get way more. And even more so than just Football Friday. Tsepi. Tsepi Worldwide joining us. Thank you so much, darling. Len Moleko.
Yeah, what up?
And Super Sub, everybody's favorite.
Welcome back.
Danko. Good to be back.
Welcome to the show, guys.
Danko.
It's also Free Play Friday, guys, on the Betway app, which means that they'll be rewarding you for being just a Betway customer. All you need to do is log into the Betway account every Friday to see if you are one of the lucky few to receive a Free Play Friday reward. All you need to do is check your balance on Fridays to see if you're a lucky winner. How's about that?
Okay, nice. Well done
dope.
to you.
Also, how's about ignoring my intro, ignoring Manchester United, ignoring the Buccaneers? You're welcome, Super Sub.
Thank you.
Congratulations to the Bokke and Ballers. I'm waiting. I'm actually waiting here on the YouTube, waiting for you to say thank you. We said use the Betway app and place your risk-free bet with the Springboks.
Yeah.
Are you in the money? Are you in the money? Did you win money? I won money. Did you win money?
Me, I won, man.
Did you win money?
Nah.
And I mean, it was so
I
easy.
did not have
Marco.
network where I
all
was,
you
so
had
I
to
couldn't
do was
place my
just bet
bets.
on us. Like that's all you had to do.
Just
to
bet
win.
on the box.
No, it was
and-
good. It was good to bet on the box, but those 1 pointers, they gave me heart palpitations. So I was like,
Was it worth what you won on the money?
What?
Was it worth the money?
Look, for those that did, it was worth it on the money.
Right.
Yes, it was definitely worth it on the money.
Yeah.
I'm sitting here with regret because I didn't back the box.
You did not.
No.
You're like a Prince KB then.
No. You're missing my narrative.
Okay.
I didn't bet the box on the Betway app. That's what I mean.
Ah.
Yes, because
I'm still shocked.
hey man, it's those 1 pointers, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Those 1 pointers, man.
It was quite
Well,
scary.
I made money on the Betway app
Even
backing
me.
the box. I bet on the Springboks before the tournament started, and then I placed the risk-free bet again to make extra sure, and I got that money in.
So we know
and I'm
who's-
already
Lunch.
using it.
We
all.
know who's
Drinks.
getting us beers tonight.
Exactly.
Hey, bruh, it's
Thank you
already
in
all gone.
advance.
Benfica have lost me money week after week. I'm telling you now already.
And I suspect I know who else lost you money, but let's not go there.
Yet.
I'm not going
I've
there.
been wise there. But anyway, congratulations to the box.
Yeah.
Guys, Len, words for the box quickly.
Congrats to them. It was a grueling game. It was not easy. It could have gone either way. But more than anything, they showed resilience. More than anything, they showed that they were not playing for the medals. They were not necessarily playing for the trophy. They had a bigger purpose than that. And they showed it, man, from everybody. It was goosebump stuff. It was,
So I always translate it back to football because it's what I know best.
Okay.
And you see it all the time. A team that's technically better losing to teams that technically aren't as good because they play with more desire, they play with more spirit. They want it, they're hungrier. And I think South Africa, you can say that about the game against France. South Africa was the hungrier team, played with more spirit. And I think New Zealand were technically, you saw it in flashes in the game, that they were technically brilliant
They were
as a
superior.
side. The great passing of the ball, when they get moving, when they get flowing. But South Africa really dug deep, played with a lot of heart, courage, spirit, and worked their socks off to stop New Zealand from being able to play.
I agree with you. And I also do like the message and the whole narrative that the national team has been pushing, stronger together. We can, withstand anything if we all are, looking towards one goal, building a nation, a rainbow nation. And it reignited that. And I think for a long time, we have been struggling with, so many issues that we are so far from each other. We never meet each other. So, something that they did well was to unite us again after a long time. So shout out to them for that.
A bit of unity that we
Yes.
needed after Chiefs and Pirates have led us.
There's a point that I wanted to make, but Super Sub.
Look, I think we need to start by giving credit to Rassie Erasmus.
Yes, definitely.
what we're seeing here, it's Project Rassie. That started a few years back, and he built that squad on a basis of unity. If you watch Chasing the Sun, you could tell that Rassie is building something that is going to last longer in the Springbok structures. And those guys play for each other to start with. When they go to the field, more than anything, you can tell that they play for each other. And that filters down to everyone. That unity filters down to us as a normal citizen. And I think big up to him. I think he has done a stellar job in uniting the box itself. Because I think for the first time, the box, I've not seen a united Bokke than this one, in my view.
So what do we say then to South Africans who were supporting the All Blacks openly? It is a free country. Do you look at that person some type of way? Do they like patriotism, or is it just a natural choice that they'd rather go for the All Blacks as opposed to the Springboks?
So can I tell you a story? Where I was watching the game, there was a guy who was wearing an All Black jersey. And we talked and asked him his name. He's like, my name is Conrad. I'm like, okay, you're South African. And why are you supporting the the All Blacks? He's like, he loves the way they play rugby. But I was like, you know what? Myself and you can never be friends.
Dang.
They do play good rugby.
But
Yeah,
listen,
for sure.
Yeah, I'd have to translate it to football terms. The thing is, we can't use it as Bafana because Bafana's not as successful a team as the Springboks, right?
Yeah.
So it's like saying you're Spanish and you live in Spain, but you support Italy in the football.
Does not
or
make
something
sense to me.
thing. And it's like, that will never make sense.
Make it make sense,
your
yeah.
team's good. Support your team. Do you know what I'm saying? You've got a strong football team.
If you're not patriotic to your country, my friend, I'm sorry.
Now you must support Brazil.
Are you seeking attention?
Rather sit on the fence and not support anyone.
Support New Zealand
be
all
like
you
a
want.
Len,
Support New Zealand all you want, but not in a game
What do you
against
mean
your
be like a
country.
Len?
Like, be on the fence. Oh,
No.
You spend your time on the fence, bro.
No. Look,
You reside there. in the fence.
You reside on the fence.
Even
like
me, but Len and I are neighbors there on the fence.
in the context of rugby, who do I support? Obviously, I support the Springboks because I'm South African, right?
Yeah.
But the Springboks playing against New Zealand, not necessarily that I am supporting New Zealand. I just admire the way they play. I fear us going up against them.
Yeah, but that's fine.
That's fine.
That's
That's
very
allowed.
different
That's
to wearing
right.
a New Zealand shirt and rooting for them and wanting them to win.
I have both a New Zealand and a Springbok shirt. Is there
What did you
anything
wear?
wrong?
What did you wear against the Springboks? You can wear your New Zealand
was
shirt when
wearing-
they play Argentina or France or whoever else. But when they play the Boks,
What are you wearing?
Throw
Green
it in
and
the
yellow
bin,
or black
burn
and
it,
white?
do whatever you need to. You don't wear your All Blacks jersey against the Boks.
No, on Saturday I was wearing a Bafana jersey and somebody said, "Take that thing off. Don't bring bad luck here."
Naturally.
That's what somebody said. It was not me. But I wanted to say, just to add on to what you said about Rassie, there's something technically astute that he's got over the All Blacks. Yes, he might have lost against them in the Rugby Championship, but he knows, don't go play running rugby against the All Blacks. They will hurt you. Because that is
They've got flair.
Yes, that's how they play their rugby.
Their offloads are out of this world. You don't even see that ball when they offload.
Exactly. So what his message is, do we cuss on this podcast?
Yes, a little
Hey,
bit.
boo.
Just be careful.
Just a little bit.
Make it nice
okay.
and
It's still a
PG.
family show.
Sexy.
Okay, cool. So his main message when playing the All Blacks is, boys, go out there and up them up.
Okay.
I thought you were going to talk about which side.
Which can't.
No.
Okay. Commendations to Siya Kolisi, the first ever black rugby captain to win back-to-back World Cup trophies.
He said it's not back to back. He corrected some journalists and said it's not back to back. It is 2 consecutives. I don't know. There's something
Aye.
about how he says it, but yeah.
Okay, we will
Yes.
argue over semantics.
also-
Consecutive World Cup
As
trophies.
he
There's
says.
only one other team that's ever won consecutive World Cup
Which
trophies.
is All Blacks.
And that's the All Blacks. But well done.
I've got a question for Super Sub, my rugby friend in rugby. Who was the previous captain to win back-to-back World Cups?
Reggie McCaw.
See, that's why you're my friend in rugby.
Okay, so
Okay, let's
moving
move.
on. Talking about unifying South Africa, should
Yeah.
the Box Trophy Parade have included other provinces?
Logistically, it would not have made sense.
Which provinces? That's the thing.
Northern Cape. Was he supposed to go to Guruman?
So 2019 same route, 2023, same route. We spoke about unity, and we saw with this 2023 World Cup that it ignited something different, especially from those disadvantaged communities.
Yeah.
You know, I saw some video clips from remote areas where you wouldn't think rugby is the thing. People were gathering in shopping centers, filling the shopping center to watch the box. So I would think it would have benefited those people more than people from
The city.
Sandton, Rosebank, and Soweto. You know what I mean?
They didn't even go
But
to Sandton.
realistically, logistically, I mean,
Yeah, okay. They went Braamfontein and Soweto.
Look, for
and stuff like
instance,
that.
you can travel to they can fly to Limpopo, they can jet to Limpopo, one area, and then the organizations there, they can get
set
people
up a
to the
stage. You don't need a bus.
Yeah, you don't need a
set
bus.
up an event stage.
Go to Peter Mugaba, get people to get to Peter Mugaba and experience the box.
I think is it not a case of if that were the case, and is it not a
case?
situation of if that were the case,
Yes.
rather, in that they would have had to charter to Polokwane, for instance.
how do they charge it? They came here with an Emirates flight.
No. I mean from
Locally.
Locally.
Oh.
I'm talking about the logistics locally.
Yeah.
Because let me tell you, in the ease of it, of which I understand, when Mark Alexandra, who is the president of SA Rugby, explained it, is that Johannesburg, doing Johannesburg and Pretoria and Johannesburg, like clapping Pretoria, Joburg CBD, Soweto, it's easy from Soweto to then get onto a flight
And go to Cape Town.
and go to Cape Town. Go do Cape Town, it's easy to get onto a flight and go to Durban. Do Durban, it's easy to get onto a flight and go to East London.
Okay, but why does it have to be easy? These are world champions.
Okay.
It's a once-off thing.
Okay, who's gonna pay for the charter flights?
It's a rugby.
It's a rugby.
There's a lot of money there.
There's a lot of money.
Oh,
Everybody's pouring
it's my
money
bank
at them.
account.
Yeah, but I mean,
Everybody's
but the
putting
reality
money.
is that I think we just naturally, when it comes to sport in our country, we focus on certain territories because
That's
it
what
is
I'm
easy,
saying.
and that's how it's always been.
And
but
also,
until the people out
every
there,
country, to be fair, every
Yeah.
country in the world would do their celebrations in the major city centers and not
Nazo.
across the whole country. So
Yeah.
it's pretty standard
Did
stuff.
Banyana go to Pampirstad?
I don't think so.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Okay,
but look,
moving
it doesn't
on,
mean
guys.
it's right.
I've had enough of
Pampirstad
rugby. I had to
guy.
deal with rugby for I don't know how many weeks, and now I'm still dealing with rugby now, even though it's finished. So
And
let's
you
move
know
on. Let's go back to the football. Keeping it local, though, DStv Premiership. Cape Town Spurs, will they have a better opportunity in the next 20 years to get a double over the Soweto Big Boys?
I think so. Judging at the fact that Chiefs has got a new coach now, but usually, like they
New
say,
coach, behind closed doors,
yeah,
because of the ban brought by PSL because of the behavior
Finally.
of Chiefs fans, finally. And
About time.
they chose a good fixture because
Exactly.
on
It
the
was very
8th of
strategic.
November, we said, didn't we,
We
say on this
did.
show?
We
We said on the
did.
show, the 11th of November will not be behind closed
I
doors.
agree.
They will
Oh,
find a
definitely.
fixture nearby to do it.
I was actually expecting the decision to be made for a match
Yeah,
much
yeah.
later. So that what on its own was
But I think they were just
interesting.
like,
But
oh, we'll take it
Fast,
now.
fast,
We'll
yeah.
take it now, this one. So 8th of November, behind closed doors, new manager. They've just beaten
Coach.
a new coach.
Yeah. Oh,
yes,
yes.
we've discussed this as well. A new coach.
Yeah.
And they've just beaten Orlando Pirates 2-1 in Cape Town. But okay, now it's behind closed doors. So home ground advantage a bit smaller.
Yeah.
No. Look, Cape Town for Soweto teams has never been a good hunting ground. Like Pirates always struggle. You can take it back to the days of Santos. You know, Pirates used to struggle a lot with your Santos. You know, coming to the Chiefs game, I think they stand a very good chance. I mean, they could resurrect themselves through Soweto.
Yeah. Who would have seen that coming?
Yeah.
Wait, didn't Cape Town City beat Chiefs recently?
Yeah, but we're talking about Cape Town Spurs resurrecting their
themselves.
thing. So Cape Town City, I think because they're a bigger club, they've been performing. And we were saying, I'm just purely bringing up the topic of, will Cape Town Spurs have a better chance for a Soweto double than this in the next 10, 15, 20 years?
No.
Because Cape Town City is a team
It's
that
established.
they're
Yeah, they're very
established.
established.
They're
They haven't been
performing well.
struggling.
They can beat Chiefs.
So on the 8th, Chiefs is playing City, not Spurs.
Is it City?
Yes.
Can double
Wait,
check
I'll
that.
double check.
Guys, if I'm talking nonsense, I apologize to everybody.
It's Spurs. They're playing Spurs.
Are they playing Spurs?
Apologize, please.
Apologize.
Apologize.
Now.
I'm sorry.
Say
So
sorry.
now even.
Why did I think they were playing Cape Town City?
Yeah,
But
because
now
you,
you know
'cause you
it's
reside in the
Spurs.
fence.
Oh.
Guys, we you know what? Two things. Number one, say sorry.
I did. I said sorry.
When?
Number two, before we go back into DSTV Premiership, I missed one thing when we were talking about international sports teams outside of football, the Proteas.
Oh yes.
Good luck in India. They are playing.
They are.
They are playing.
Now can I hold my hands back just for now?
Yeah.
Just for
I
now.
mean, let's just be behind them.
Yeah,
you know.
No, I'm behind them.
That's all we can
I'm
do.
behind them. I'm there against India on Sunday the whole day. But I'm just saying, let me just hold my
Yeah,
hands.
I'm
Don't
realist
say
and
the
I'm
C
South
word,
African.
please.
So
Don't use the C word.
What C word?
Calamity.
Calamity?
It's
Classic.
not- that's not it.
Chaos.
No, classic. Like Marco's shirt.
Yo, okay.
Yes.
Hey, so a big shout out to them. It seems as though we have been on a winning streak, eh?
As a country,
our
yeah.
hockey team also did quite well. I think it's the Olympic qualifiers.
Yeah.
And does Sundowns count as South Africa?
They do
Because
count because this is a continental
They
showpiece.
are a national team.
We'll
Yes.
get there. We'll get there.
Yeah,
We'll get there.
yeah.
We'll get there.
Okay, back to DSTV Premiership. Well, look, well done, Proteas, and best of luck to you for the rest of the tournament.
Yeah.
This is South Africa's best chance to win a back-to-back World Cups in different sports in a very long time.
Just on the cricket, before I forget, to all the cricket fans, the Betway CSA 20, the tickets are on
yes.
sale for that. So if you want to watch like cricket action galore, just go out there, get the tickets because
SA20 is fun. I've been to
Yes,
games
the
here at
SA, yeah.
Wanderers.
the
It's
Betway
good
SA
times.
20 is it's around the corner, so don't get left behind. Make sure that you get your tickets.
Okay,
just
shout
wanted
out.
to slip that in.
Okay,
Shout out.
Sekhukhune United. They've shown the door to assistant coach Morgan Gold and goalkeeper coach Johan Absalon. Head coach Brendan Truter next.
I wonder.
There's cracks there.
Yeah, but it's when a super sub. The thing about Sekhukhune is that as much as they are playing in the DSTV Premiership, I think we also forget that they are still in Confed. And in Confed, they have been doing relatively okay. I believe they won at home and they drew away. I could be wrong, but I'll double check. So they actually do have a lot going on with them. I'm not sure if they want to let go of Coach Brandon right now. I don't think it would be in their best interests. But I mean, it normally happens where, one coach is let go. And I think it started with Sean Bartlett. And then it's just a rippling effect of everyone now, eventually losing their job. So let's see.
But when have you seen assistant manager and a goalkeeper manager getting fired?
Like,
Under whose instructions is that? Is it
That's
the
what I'm
coach?
asking.
That's
Or
the
is it
question.
the back
Yeah,
rooms?
is it like
the
is the coach
management?
looking
Because
to-
rumor has it that the coach could be next.
Yeah, so
those
if
are
the rumors are coming out that the coach is next, then surely that the rift wasn't with his staff,
It was upper
was
management.
upper management. So all of the staff are having problems with upper management.
But
I think
Who?
that's what it says
Who
to me.
then? But this is generally not with a lot of teams. Generally in South African football, coaches don't get to pick their backroom staff. They tend to adopt whatever it
They
is.
inherit.
Given, yeah,
They
we've seen that with
find
Chiefs,
there.
yeah.
So because Morgan wasn't Truter's assistant from the onset. He came in, I think, just like moments after the season started.
Could it be clash of characters there? Because Brendan Truter and Morgan, hey, they are very feisty, eh?
is it? I've never known Brandon to be a feisty individual, so I wonder.
Or Iramuti.
Hey, I mean, now I've always met, when I meet Brandon, he's a God-fearing man, very down to earth, and so there must be another side that I don't know. Then,
Hey, Sunday is church. On the field, it's something else.
Battlefield.
Something different.
Anyway, speaking of Sekhukhune United, Mukoji, midfielder.
Mukojo.
I'm sorry.
It's
Mukocho,
okay.
yeah, no. Yeah, it could be out,
Could
actually.
be out. But it is interest from a League One side.
I wonder.
Vamos Strasbourg, era.
Look, I'm sure he's going to make good money there.
He will, and ukhumbule ukuthi uMokocho is just is one of those players that have been able to ply their trade, overseas. It's not a surprise. He played for Brentford at some point. He played for Cincinnati.
And he's a baller.
And he's you know what I mean.
good player.
So I think also he might have a good management team that is able to get him, his name in rooms that we might not be aware of.
For sure.
Also, if he's
because
played,
he's not young. I mean, he's 32 years old.
but if he's played for teams internationally already before,
Yeah.
it's also the issue of international work visas that could be allowing him to move on to these sort of
so it
things
makes
because
his
he's
life
got
easier.
experience at things. So even though he's a quality player, and clearly that's why international clubs are looking at him, there are probably other quality players in the South African football system that might find it harder to find their way into sides like that because of the visa issues.
I agree.
So we really need Bafana to perform in the January AFCON
So that we go up
so
to
that we
top
go up in the
50.
FIFA rankings.
Yeah.
And allow our local players to ply their trade elsewhere.
I agree. And I mean, I was actually not unpleasantly surprised, and this is no offense to Sekhukhune FC, but I would have expected him to come back to South Africa and play for, probably a top 6 team. So when I saw him at Sekhukhune, I wondered what the case was there. I know that Kaizer Chiefs at some point wanted him, but he's been also made with a lot of injuries. So I really am hoping that, he goes back to, playing in Europe, because he's not a bad player at all.
No, he's a decent player.
Yeah, I agree.
It's really good.
So shout out to him, man.
When last did he play for the national team? I'm not disputing his goodness.
Yeah.
I'm just asking.
It was a while back, Len. I can't even remember.
Yeah, even me, I don't know.
Okay. No, I'm just asking.
Do you know?
But
When
remember,
last did
our
he play?
national team
No, it was
also
not-
is
it
a
was-
national team that goes who naturally goes to Orlando Pirates, Mamelodi Sundowns first, and only then considers Bo Sekhukhune.
I was just asking. It was not a quiz question or a trivia question. I was just asking, just trying to
Okay,
see
lad.
the gaps between the time he played for the national team and him coming back. Was he getting game time where he was before he came back to South Africa? Why did he come back to South Africa? So there's a lot of, how can I put it? There's a lot of factors that I am trying to
Figure out.
figure out on some okay, cool. And to end up at Sekhukhune as well. Not
Yes.
saying Sekhukhune is a bad team,
Yes.
but what else is there?
Exactly. I tried to find what else is there, and that's why, I was questioning, why would he go to Sekhukhune of all places?
Maybe the pockets are deeper.
Maybe. Or maybe they presented a project that was appealing to him. But speaking of Bafana midfields, the Bafana midfield knocked out Al-Ahli in the African Football League Championship.
Oh, wow, I see what you did there. You're so funny.
So Mamelodi Sundowns
so
through to the
funny.
African Football League final. Guys, we expected it.
Yeah.
If you look at the last 7 fixtures, is 4 wins, 3 draws against Al-Ahli. You win at Loftus, you go draw in Egypt, and you through. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Fair enough. It's
And now Morocco.
a 1-0 in Egypt is cutting it thin, eh? More so playing the first leg at home and you don't capitalize on a lot of chances that you have. And Sundowns had a lot of chances in the first leg.
That one little was here, Len.
No, that's what he's saying. He's going to
Yeah.
Egypt
Going to
with
Egypt
only a
with a
1-0
1-0
advantage.
yes.
Yeah. It took me a while to figure out what you're saying, but I got it.
I'm slower than you.
I'm not trying to be cryptic
Fab.
here. It's and you could see the fans, but I suppose as Sundowns, you're used to the conditions. You are used to that animosity from the crowd. But when that penalty was given, it was like, hey, because these ones can score and just sit back, and then now you are the one chasing the game.
Yeah, sure.
But thankfully, hopefully, Ronwen Williams came to the party once again. He must be a penalty consultant, that one. He's very good with those. And yeah, they managed to get a draw.
Where was he when they were kicking against
Exactly,
Pirates?
2 penalties. Yeah, well, you
Where
can't
was he
say.
when they're kicking against Pirates?
Exactly.
No, he
and
prefers-
also against TS.
He prefers them on the continent, not,
Oh, okay.
not against these.
What do you make of what Rulani said, guys? Because remember the press conference.
Nobody
and-
cares.
Who cares?
Who cares?
Nobody cares.
I love you guys.
No,
for
no,
that.
no. But
You learn from the best, eh? You learn from the best. You learn from the
listen,
best.
Rulani's he's done a good job. Speaking of doing a good job at Sundowns, and sorry, I'm just reading YouTube comments. I will get back to some of these because I find them very interesting. Rulani's obviously inherited something good from Pizzo, And our well wishes to Pizzo, hey?
Oh, yes, man. Jingles, man.
Our reports today are that he's out of hospital.
Very good, very good.
Which is
Hey,
good to hear.
well wishes from all over South Africa for you, Pizzo.
I mean, it's a stressful job, so I can imagine. I'm not sure exactly what the issue is. But it's lady chest pains.
The way I
he
stress
was
as a
shortness-
fan, imagine as a
shortness of
manager.
breath.
Oh, shortness of breath.
Yes, and I also came across some article that his future's uncertain there by that new team
Yes.
as well. I saw that. I don't know if you came across that line as well.
Yes, I did.
Yeah, and it's
there were
just-
rumors making the rounds. That's why his name has been thrown around alongside.
Oh, Chiefs as well.
Alongside his name has been thrown around as a potential Chiefs, the next one to take over Chiefs alongside Moshin
That's a
Ertugal
bit ambitious, but okay.
and Nabi, the one.
Is he back on the fold?
Well, his name is being tossed around.
Nabi from the one who was coaching Tanzania.
He was-
That's
Yeah,
in
Yanga.
Tanzania. Yeah.
Yanga, yes.
Yes, yes,
So
yes.
his name was being tossed around. So we don't know if there's going to be. And just on the subject of coaches and chiefs.
I don't think Coach Jingles would want to do so well continentally, go as far as the UAE or the Arab nations to come back to play for to coach Kaizer Chiefs. And I'm not saying this in a bad way.
Hey, if the money is right, why not?
I agree. And he might be homesick. Who knows? But let's see. It would be a very good move for Chiefs if they could make it happen, of
Yeah.
course. I
Yeah,
think
no,
all of
definitely.
us would agree.
If the money is right and he's actually able to take Chiefs to conquer the continent, that's something, some sort of a project, some sort of a, okay, cool.
As long as Chiefs will get behind him. So that's one thing for the money to be right. It's another thing for the project to
Finish
be right.
top 6 and forget.
I mean, we've seen that happen in the past.
can I not comment on that?
Yeah, let's move on. Guys, DSTV Premiership time is coming to a wrap. We will stay
Yeah.
with local football. I want to go to
league is
comments.
finishing.
Yes, comments? What?
I want to
On
go to
ONSIDE.
some of the
Oh,
comments
oh.
on the YouTube.
You are slow, my friend.
Hey. I like this one. Babalo Mandela. Super sub must understand something. Springboks back then were not picking up blacks on their squad. So the squatters, I don't know, whom were introduced changed that. But it's not as how whites are picked to the squad. So he's saying that black people might have black rugby fans from before 1994 might have a connection to the All Blacks because they have a long history of picking players of color in their side and them being supportive of that.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard that reason being thrown around, but it still makes zero sense to me.
I don't know. I think it's an interesting, like if you've supported rugby that long, then I understand it. Do you know I'm sticking by the team that did that for you all that time ago? But people who've picked up the sport in recent years come now. You must support the Springboks.
The ones who picked it up 2 months ago.
Even me. I'm that one.
But on the point that Babalo is saying, just quickly, hence the reason Rassie came in, and one of the first things that he did was, I'm going to handle transformation. Sure. I'm going to handle, there's a couple of things that he
That's
mentioned.
why I said Project Rassie. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Because there were a couple of factors that he was looking at.
And if you actually, like you mentioned, Chasing the Sun, there's another documentary on the same platform. It's called Rassie, actually. Just watch it and then you'll understand how the man's mind works, where he grew up, what he's about, and what he aims to achieve.
Yeah, no.
Okay, so staying with local football, however, we're moving over to Banyana. Janine van Wyk, the drama there. I'm going to hand this over to you, Super Sub. Come on, make it make sense.
Look, I don't know. Hey, was the coach obliged to play her? And I'm playing this as I'm saying this as a devil's advocate. Is the coach obliged to?
Safa seemed to think so.
So they picked the squad.
So
We've
what are they
discussed
saying
this
to us?
before.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
And considering also that, I mean, Janine was not really starting for a long time. She was not even part of the World Cup. Remember, she had an injury.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But,
so
okay.
now-
So they wanted to break that record.
Yes,
but
I
it's
get
up to
that.
the coach.
Yeah.
It has to be based. Look, for me, if you're gonna set a record, it needs to be based on merit.
But I listened to an interview yesterday. Kimang, our coach.
Desiree Ellis.
Yes. And I mean, she was asked that question, Hore, okay, so now that she is, mind you, Janine is retired now, and is this door still open for her if she wanted to play, to get those caps? And secondly, another question was asked to her, to Wuti, if this lady is retired and she wants to get those caps, were you basically meant to just give her that opportunity for the sake of the caps, or is it based on merit?
Yeah, look, it's a difficult one. For me, I think they should actually have an exhibition match for her to honor her. I think that is more meaningful than chasing a record.
Does it count as a cap?
No.
No, it doesn't.
It's an unofficial non-FIFA match.
So it doesn't. Look, here's
But it's more. It's got more value in my view, honoring her for the day than just giving her 3 minutes just so that she can make the number.
I agree. I know Desiree did mention that she wanted to honor her because that's exactly what happens in the US. So that whole thing had happened. She says that Desiree, the lady Van Wyk is the one who approached and asked that, hey man, I want to accomplish this and. I still want to understand exactly. Maybe someone can tell me what actually happened for the lady not to then get that cap. What are you saying, Len?
No, you are playing an Olympic. I don't know. I was not on the thing. But now logic says to me, I am playing an Olympic qualifier because I want to go to Paris 2024.
Yes.
I'm playing away against DRC, and the score was 1-1, right? Or was it 1-0?
Was it not 2-0?
No, 2-0 was the return leg.
Okay. The next one was? I'll check now.
No, the return leg was 2. I think we won 3-1 on aggregate. Yes,
Okay,
we played
continue.
1-1. We played 1-1, yes.
And then the next one 2-0.
2-0,
Yeah.
yes, at
Okay.
Orlando.
But isn't that the game that was the issue?
Yes.
The 2-0 win?
No, she was
That's the one in question?
No, it was the 1-1 because she was
okay.
meant to play in both legs to actually better
Get
the
those two.
record.
Okay,
yes.
okay.
So, but which one are you referring to now?
I'm talking about the first one.
The 1-1.
Okay, the 1-1.
Yes.
Okay.
You are playing away in DRC. It's 1-1.
Then you can say tactical.
And you want to qualify for
Paris.
for the Olympics. Even with the 2-0, but I think by then she had already said
She left camp and then she tweeted how disappointed she was. And then you start to also
But
question.
she's also being selfish.
That's what I'm saying. Then you question also, go to, okay, wait, number one, you leave camp and you go on social media and you post something like that.
So, like, superimposing this to rugby, right? Sorry, Marco. Sorry.
Hey,
sorry.
I will not be
Hey,
Ferida.
Soon. Come.
Okay, I'm kicking for goal. I'm trying
Yes.
to be Henry Pollard. Imagine if Manny Libok was out crying foul after the final because he was not picked. He was not in the 15. He was not on the bench either, even though he played all the games. But he knew that on
There's a
that
bigger
day,
picture.
it was not about him.
There's a bigger picture.
I understand, but he's not retiring, is he?
It doesn't matter.
I get what you're saying, but you're winning a
I
World
agree
Cup
with you,
final
Len.
by 1 point versus being 2-0 up. You can, in the 93rd minute, bring a player on off a subs bench.
No, by then
to
she
honor
was
them.
That she deserved
No,
to
by
be
then
put
she was
on
already
at that
gone.
time for the sake of her getting
Yeah,
a
I
cap is my
understand.
question.
Okay, I agree. Len, I hear your point. I also want to say one last thing before we move on, because obviously I want to speak a lot about a certain fixture last week. So we need to get to that. Okay. But
Very selective with jerseys that you wear. Eh?
Yeah.
very selective. I need people to think I know what I'm doing.
Okay.
I need to manipulate it. But on the 11th of November is scheduled to have Sundowns final fixture of the two-legged final of the African Football League, scheduled to be at Loftus, may be moved
Yeah.
because we will be broadcasting live. That is why they're moving it. Huh?
Oh, we are that significant.
We are that significant. They must move the fixture.
We are on site.
But yeah, let's talk about that. We will be live. Super Sub, give us details.
From Disofeng, yeah.
Disofeng and
No,
Soweto,
not
Middle East.
disofeng. Disofeng.
Disofeng.
Kondo
Yes.
Yeah, no.
Let's put emphasis.
So that will be our outside live broadcast, outside of the studio, joining you live in person. You can come and join us and watch us do a live broadcast as we watch the Soweto Derby.
So watch along.
So watch along. We will be coming to you live from a live venue where you can join us. So yeah,
If you are around the
Details
area,
will be on
And
the
Disofeng
socials.
is a vibe, guys.
Yeah.
Disofeng is a proper vibe.
yeah, if you are around
Yeah.
the area, if you're around in GP and you want to make your way to Disofeng, go there. But if you
Oh,
are not
yeah.
in GP and you want to join us,
Catch a
hey
flight.
man,
you know how we
are
get
here.
people to come.
Huh?
You know how we get people to come.
How?
It doesn't matter if you say it, I say it, Super Sub say it. Tippy, please ask them to come.
Guys.
There we go. We see you all there. Saturday, the 11th of November, Disofeng. We will be broadcasting the Soweto Derby live.
It's gonna be so much fun.
And then after that, we're gonna run home to go watch the African Football League final between
Depending
Sundowns
on when
and-
it is. Yeah.
Yeah, I really
I
am
think it should-
hoping that it doesn't take away from that.
I think it should
would
be on
want
the
it to
same
be
day.
the next week.
They
Yeah,
are
look,
currently
now,
scheduled for the same day, but let's see.
It's scheduled for the same day.
Yeah.
Obviously,
Different hours.
We don't know
different
yet.
hours. Sundance one, it's 7:30.
Yes.
So look,
So we can make an evening of it.
yeah, they shouldn't actually move it, but I think they're afraid that it might not be like it might not attract.
So do we drive to Pretoria from Soweto?
We'll get a bus like the Springboks.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah,
And
no.
have police escort.
And we brand it in 2 days. Okay, guys, we're gonna jet around the world with Tsepi Worldwide, brought to you by Betway. Get away more. Tsepi, what's going on around the world?
What is going on around the world? So something quite interesting, and this one is a big shout out to Rodrigo. We're going to Spain. We're going to Spain. Rodrigo having his contract extended until 2028. So big shout out to him.
Nice
we know
one.
him to be
Quality
one who
player.
has done so well in his career, winning 2 La Liga titles, Copa del Rey, UEFA Champions League, the Europa Super Cup, and the Club World Cup. He was also in the 2022 Brazil's World Cup squad. So a big shout out to him. Well done to him. So we are in Spain. Very, very quickly, something that came out yesterday. I can see it was not part of this, but the World Cup 2034 has been announced, and it's going to be happening in Saudi Arabia. Are we seeing now, the Saudis now taking over the football calendar? What are our thoughts on it? And also, what are your feelings on the proximity that I believe now Fiorentino? Give Fiorentino the
Florentino
president
Perez.
Fiorentino. There we
Yeah.
go. The president of not Safaman of
UEFA.
FIFA.
No. That's
Giovanni
Giovanni
Infantino.
Perez,
Yes,
the president
of
Perez,
Real
there we
Madrid.
go. Giovanni.
Which is also, I thought this was coming along because of
Yes.
their Saudi investment into Real Madrid.
So
coming.
then you start to question exactly. So the proximity of him and now they're saying that he's very close to the Prince of Saudi Arabia, and that could also be the reason why they have been then given the
Mia
opportunity
will
to
also be close to the
hosting.
Prince of
So
Saudi.
even me. So what do we say about it? Do you think that there is a possibility that there is some type of foul play, or does Saudi Arabia really deserve this one?
Is there any question that FIFA is not getting paid to do tournaments wherever they go? South
All I
Africa
know
paid.
is when is this 2030?
34.
In 2040, there will be a documentary on Netflix
Yeah.
if it still exists.
No. In 2033.
Surviving FIFA.
Surviving FIFA.
2033.
a documentary about 2034.
Yes.
Yeah,
And
because
then
on
the
20
BBC will have a whole thing about working conditions for the guys building stadiums.
Human rights.
Once again, and I mean that conversation has been one that has been happening. Obviously, Qatar, same thing,
Yeah.
and we know them to be
Look,
allegedly.
So Newcastle is hosting a World Cup in 2034.
Basically, they might even use St. James Park.
Eddie Howe is gonna be the poster boy.
I
there.
don't know. With that Saudi money, Cristiano Ronaldo might even play for Portugal as a cyborg
So like
Second one to an Arab country, eh?
in a short space of
In a
time.
very
Yeah.
short space of
12
time.
Very short.
And it's so amazing that all the other countries are co-hosting, like 5, 10, 15 countries co-hosting a World Cup, which doesn't make sense. to
I
me, but
agree
anyway.
because I think Spain, Portugal, Morocco are going to be then hosting the 2030 World Cup.
Yeah.
26
Spain
Well,
and
at least
Portugal-
Africa is there.
Look,
Next
Spain
door,
and
next
Portugal's
door.
the same country.
Next door,
But
yeah.
still,
It's the same thing.
There's a passport. There's a passport that
For
you
who?
must use. You must go through there.
For who?
Not
the
for
fans.
Marco,
There's-
Chief.
not for me.
What do you mean?
Me, I walk. I can walk across the street.
26 is Mexico, Canada, USA. So you
That's
see,
a big one, yeah.
There's
It's-
threes, and then suddenly Saudi.
Why
Or do
not?
they take Saudi as a country and Arabia as a country?
And the bummer with that one is
No,
the time
I agree.
difference.
I agree.
eh?
And Saudi is clearly buying football
Yep.
as best they can. They're
Yep.
making the most effort they can to
Yep.
buy football.
Yeah.
Coming back to Rodrigo.
Some last.
Yeah.
Rodrigo, actually, he can go jump.
Yeah,
but-
Rodrigo was nice.
Yes.
Very happy for
Mama
him.
Dosako and him fighting with his manager.
You know what that is? That's to make space for Makojo.
Mm.
You said a League One Cup,
I
Montpellier.
like you for that. I like you for sight.
Making space. But you don't fight with your coach and then think you're still going to play for. And he's always been a problem.
He's had
player.
issues
Yeah,
with
it's been
discipline in
very
the
problematic.
past.
Yeah,
Yeah.
come now.
Ask Sancho what happens when you fight with a coach.
Hey, you go to the reserves. You have to change in the
You get
dressing room by
suspended.
yourself so that you don't see young
You don't
boys.
get you
Even
don't
eat
get
alone.
invited to Bryce.
Eat alone,
Hey, don't
exactly.
get
Ask
Invited.
Yaya Toure ask Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang.
Yaya Toure going worldwide. Speaking about Saudi, Yaya Toure has been appointed on part of the coaching staff with Roberto Mancini for the Saudi national side. Roberto Mancini's former manager at Manchester City is now the current head coach or manager, whatever you want to call him, of the Saudi national side. Yaya Toure joining him. For me, Yaya Toure, one of the greatest African players of all time. For me, big fan of Yaya Toure.
Same here.
Besides the club that he played for, big fan.
Are you going to buy him a birthday cake?
Yaya Toure. I don't need to. He's a coach at the Saudi. He can buy his own.
I think Super Sub knows
A
that.
golden one.
It's all that.
Okay, so we're all done with worldwide.
Thank you, Tepi.
You're welcome.
Okay, so now we're going to our second home.
Yes.
Let's jet over to England. Pep Guardiola's contract extension.
Yeah, naturally.
Obvious.
Naturally.
Would it be the next Sir Alex Ferguson? Do you think, guys?
Do you think he'll do as
In
many
terms
fixtures?
of getting all
Success
those,
and-
look,
Staying
If he
power.
manages Manchester City as long as Sir Alex Ferguson managed Manchester United, he will not only match Sir Alex Ferguson's
Records.
winning
He will surpass
record,
it.
he will surpass them.
Yeah, I agree.
If he stays there as long,
Yeah.
he will surpass the number of trophies. He will surpass all of the.
And he will do it as handsome as he is also. Woo.
Is there room for that Ferguson Wenger longevity in modern day football?
only for a very select few.
Such as Guardiola.
Not to
Simeone,
the
if you
extent.
look at Simeone, how long has he been at Atletico right now?
You see, select clubs, select managers. Even Pep, would he still be at Chelsea? Even Pep.
Huh? Chelsea? Pep?
If he went to Chelsea when he went to Man City,
Oh, he would still be there.
would he still be at Chelsea?
No, he would have left.
Would have left. Chelsea, don't sit with a manager that long. Doesn't matter who you are. You can be Carlo Ancelotti and you get the boot for finishing second in the league and second in an FA Cup final.
Yeah.
And
Does
also,
Manu,
even back
does
then,
Manu keep
managers were getting
managers?
sacked.
No, I'm
It
asking.
just, well, different teams kept their managers.
Yeah. So will Manu keep their manager?
Kenny Dalglish.
So are you telling me that right now Ten Hag and Jay's days are numbered?
Are we gonna get there? I'm just trying to. No, Marco, don't worry. I didn't come here lock and loaded for you. Don't worry. I'm looking at, if we look in the past 10 years, right? Okay, it was coming towards the end of the Wenger years that started like in 95 and stuff, or 96. Big Sam was moving clubs. Roy Hodgson was also moving clubs. Who else there?
Mark Hughes as well.
Mark Hughes was moving clubs. Like the Mancinis of this world, the Pellegrinis of this world, also not staying. Poch was just coming into the fold. So no one has really stayed that set steady at their club. I think now if you look at whoever has been the longest at their club, it's Pep number one,
Okay.
and probably followed by
It's Poch. Oh, in Premier League.
Premier League.
Oh, okay.
Currently.
I meant
Jurgen
I meant to say not Poch. I meant to
Klopp.
say Diego Simeone.
No. Premier League.
Oh, okay.
I think it's
Jurgen Klopp's been at Liverpool
Liverpool,
longer than
26.
Pep Guardiola's been at City. He came in just before.
So Jurgen is
Also,
actually
it's
number
Klopp.
one and then it's Pep.
it's
Klopp
Klopp.
come
Pep.
after City.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, because it was Pep came to Manchester City when Jose
2015.
Mourinho came to Manchester United. Jurgen Klopp was already at Liverpool
After Rodgers left.
When David Moyes left Manchester United, Jurgen Klopp became the manager when Brendan Rodgers left Liverpool.
Yes, after the slip up.
So yeah, I think
The famous slip up.
Yes.
yeah. So from what I understand, from what I remember, I think Jurgen Klopp is the longest serving current manager in a current stint, because it's definitely Roy Hodgson is the longest serving manager for Crystal Palace in terms of the volume of
matches,
time and
yes.
matches, but it
Yeah,
isn't in a single
2016-2017
period.
season for Pep.
So
Yeah.
for Pep and who
Yeah.
Jurgen Klopp.
I'll check now.
Klopp, I think, came 16-17.
We'll see now. But they will be around 2015. I think you're right, King. I'm reading the comments here.
Okay.
I think you're around about right
2015 Klopp.
There you go.
The 20 or just the season before.
Yeah,
Okay.
gift, real G, you're right as well.
Okay.
So I think Jurgen Klopp is the longest as a single stint serving manager in the Premier League right now. And it shows Liverpool's success over that period with some consistency. Manchester City's success over that period with some consistency. Consistency helps as long as the rest of the recipe for the club is in the right place. And this brings us elegantly over, Len, as you were so polite to hold out for me to speak about Manchester United's issues.
What do we say
I was
about
holding
Man U
out.
right now?
Yeah, you said
No,
I haven't brought guns
we're
blazing.
gonna get there.
We're going to get there.
We're gonna
I'm
get
not
there.
Yeah,
going.
Is
We
this a
are
rant?
here.
Is this a rant?
No.
Oh.
He doesn't want to rant
Okay.
about this.
Not even. You know what, Nemak? I would rather speak about Everton because there's more to speak
Well done,
about them.
Everton.
Finally,
They're
they won
playing
a
well.
match.
And
And
let's
they won in the Carabao Cup too.
Yes.
So 2 games on the trot.
And
Yeah, good
let's,
for them.
let's talk about Everton's next fixture while we're discussing this. Everton will be hosting Brighton
Yes.
tomorrow at
interesting one.
5.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very interesting
Yeah.
fixture
Yeah, big one.
because Brighton, great side,
Mm.
but they're away from home against Everton, who have finally sorted out those defensive issues that I said at the beginning of the season. Superstar still said, "Hey, have you given up on Sean Dykes yet?" And I said I had, because I lost patience, but it finally seems to be
We're
clicking at
seeing light
Everton a
there at the
little
end of
bit.
that
Eh?
tunnel now.
And
Yeah.
Dominic looks like he's coming good. Calvert-Lewin.
Hey, of course, Arsenal fans always. He was linked to you guys for 6 seasons. It feels like 6 transfer windows.
We don't-
Calvert-Lewin coming to Arsenal. So Arsenal fans, you seem to have a little affiliation with Calvert-Lewin there.
Not really.
But
I'm
he's
just-
playing. But
I'm
he's
just
playing
happy for
good
him.
football. Yeah,
I'm just happy for him.
Look, without him, where are the goals going to come at Everton?
And by the way, he scored his milestone of 50 goals in the Premier League on Sunday. Well done to him.
you know, so they're coming good. Sean Dyche, like you said.
Can you ask? Tepi? Can you look up how many caps he has for England?
I'll check now.
But were Burnley that bad though? Because they play in some very uninspiring matches of late. It's as if when they do cross or they are somewhere within the box, not the spring ones, the 18-yard area.
Box, yeah.
Yes.
We get you.
It's yes, they find goals, but when they're building up, they're not inspiring. You can't see the passage of play.
For me, Burnley's not shored up enough for a team that's just come up into the Premier League. That's the thing. They
Yeah, and to think they were playing
played
enterprising
football in
Exactly.
the Championship. They come up into the Premier League. You can't just do that. You have to make sure that you're solid
For
as a
England,
team that's just come up.
For England senior team 2020-2021, he has 11 caps.
That's a lot of caps
Yeah.
for England.
11 caps.
Maybe he was
He was
playing
under
against
21 and then under 20.
Azerbaijan.
Mauritania.
Azerbaijan.
How many caps do you have for England? Please. Please.
Sorry, England, Marco. Bafan, how many caps?
Majanja FC.
No, 11's a lot. 11's a lot.
Yeah.
Sorry, my friend.
I want to be,
Sorry,
I want to be in
Vale.
an open bus. That's why I don't have any caps for Bafana. Okay.
Sad for you, you can't even make it to the Springbok squad. What position?
Yeah. I'll play log, my man.
So yes, Burnley, I think they need to be better defensively. They're coming up against a good Crystal Palace side, also at 5 o'clock tomorrow.
Yes.
I fancy Palace to win that away from home.
Oh,
at
no,
Burnley.
definitely.
Are we doing our picks?
Burnley can't defend.
not-
We're just talking about how's Burnley doing, how's thing. But I do fancy. What would be your pick on that one?
Yeah, I
Since
mean,
you
it really
peak.
still hurts my feelings because I have the biggest crush on Company, but at the helm, he's really struggling. But something dope that's happening. Lake will be back tomorrow. Will be back. He will be playing. He's out of suspension.
Oh, Lyle.
Foster, you mean?
Lyle.
Foster, Lyle, sorry.
Yes,
Yes,
there's two
Kind of
Lyles.
Lake.
Yes.
Sorry, Foster. Yes,
Yeah,
he will be back
The
tomorrow.
other one is somewhere.
Yeah, howdy guys. Hey.
Yeah, no, look, I would like to. No, I wish Bentley can turn the corner. Honestly speaking, there's just so much that I love about Bentley, for obvious reasons,
Me too. But would you hold your breath?
Company and Foster.
Yeah,
And
not because
Fabrice
I've got a
Muamba.
crush on Company, because he's an
Yes,
ex-Manchester
right?
City player. Let's get that right.
Yeah. But I mean, they can't be sweeping the bottom of the log for this long. I mean, it's really starting to. We've been worried for a
Hey,
while.
look, the
at
bottom
this
of the
point.
log is going to be Everton because they are waiting the -12.
Yeah.
Will they get docked?
At the rate it's going, looks like it.
Sure. That's hectic.
So they need to make up those 12 points with every game that they play. Perhaps that's what gave them the urgency to start winning games.
Okay, let's move on to new pastures, guys. For the interest of time, let's talk about Manchester United in free fall. Not doing well, losing games left and right. The games that they are winning, they're playing poorly. It's on the brilliance
and that
of
Carabao.
Bruno Fernandes or someone who comes up. None of the attacking players are scoring goals. Rashford is the only player in the attack in like Manchester United's 6 primary forward players. Marcus Rashford has a goal and an assist. Everyone else, nothing other than like.
I've got a question. It came to me when I was watching that game against Manchester City. Marco, would you prefer Rashford coming from the left, or would you prefer him as a number 10? Because he was coming from the left in that game, and I did not see him as effective as he would when I think he's more creative when he's playing that free role, you know.
So I think that it's a silly discussion to have right now when you can't even see a system at Manchester United. Nothing seems to be clicking at all anywhere. I think Marcus Rashford has proven time and time again. You try to play him at 9, you try to play him at 10, you try to play him at 7, right wing, and it doesn't work. His best position is on the left wing. Now, because he's uninfluential at the moment, it's just a sign of how poor the team is and how poor his form is. He's in poor form. His confidence is through the floor. His pace isn't there. His movement isn't there. He's not reading the game well at all. So it doesn't matter where he plays. He's going to play poorly at the moment until the club sorts out their issues.
The leaking roof.
Yeah.
I've got a question. It's in twofold.
Yeah.
The current the situation at Manchester United right now.
Yeah.
Right. Would it change if a new coach came in with the same players, or would it change if the coach stayed, an 11 player or a new squad comes in?
So Gift Real G says on YouTube, no one manager can solve Man United's issues. Firing the coach won't help. The club structure needs a revamp. #Glazers out. I couldn't agree with a single statement anymore.
You know, I heard something very interesting in one of the shows that I was listening to. And a point was made that Manchester United are going through a traumatic phase.
Okay.
They became traumatized with the departure of Sir Alex Ferguson. Because ever since that happened, they have not been the same team since. Now, they need to go to the gutters like Arsenal did, like Chelsea in a way, kind of like are doing.
Yeah.
Who else has gone to the gutters? Like Spurs is doing, but that Spurs was never really a top tier team kind of vibes. Like they're just there and thereabout. They need to go to the gutters. Unfortunately, they cannot afford to go to the gutters because they are Manchester United.
Yeah.
Are they not in the gutter in a sense that this is Man United we're talking about?
They're playing in the Champions League.
Yeah,
So,
because for what they have achieved in the past and where they are,
Yes.
we would say that's a gutter.
No, so gutters in a sense that, okay, like it's
I mean, like a rebuild.
no expectations, no expectations
But
of
Man
the
U
team.
supporters will never
Like,
allow that.
Hope is not the season must not start and then you're like, you're top 4. Man United there and thereabout.
But I agree with what you're saying, and I get what you're saying completely, is that you saying Man United fans will never allow that. If it stays the way it is, this like sort of pivoting
Dilly-dallying.
little point here, it's going to stay like this for 20 years.
True.
If we went through worse times now and everything fell apart and it was all burnt to the ground and you have to start fresh again, you have a better chance of being back on top in a shorter period of time.
Because
I agree, but that would mean that it's going to be an audacious decision that is coming from management.
100%. The most important thing to happen for Manchester United is for the Glazers to either leave completely or for this 25% takeover with Sir Jim Ratcliffe to come in and for him to completely take over football operations, and the Glazers can be responsible for only the commercial operations of the club. The Glazers, actually, in saying that, are very good at the commercial side of the club. The club generates record revenues.
But they still have debt.
They have debt, and the Glazers have brought that debt, but they create a good revenue stream for the club. So if they can stop creating more debt, if they can start winning football games, stop buying players like Anthony that you spend 100 million on.
You don't like Anthony, you know
I'll pay another 100 million to just get rid of him.
Wow. Anthony
doesn't like Anthony at all.
thinks he's a Faf de Klerk, but in football.
You remember what I said about Faf? About Anthony.
What did you say?
When, I think, episode 3 or something.
Oh, his violent nature thing.
Yeah,
On some,
look,
he's
never gonna be
not feisty.
Yeah.
The anger issues type of vibes.
Did you see him against
City when
City?
was it Akanji? No, it was not
Doku.
Akanji, it was Doku, yes.
Because he sent me to fetch a hot dog there and he did not like it.
He's like,
So what do we
wanted
say
to
about them
fight.
being on the road to Fulham?
So let's go there.
Yeah.
First of all, I've got a
Lunchtime.
very key stat for that.
But it's lunchtime.
It's lunchtime. And in the last 32 Premier League Saturday 12:30 p.m. kickoffs. 23 of those have produced under 2.5 goals.
Okay.
Manchester United are in free fall. Fulham are shy of goals, so they won't cause Man United too many problems. There is no goals in this game. There's well, I won't say no, but there's very few goals. No, this is going to be 1-0, 1-1 max. There's 2 goals in this game max, and that's what I would put my money on as a bet.
1-0 to Fulham.
You might make some money there, but I wouldn't bet. But maybe.
So you said
I wouldn't bet on
the
Man United
cottages are
either.
going to come
Yeah,
and
neither
show.
would I. That's
Yeah.
my bet would be 2.5 goals, under 2.5 goals.
I see both of them
No
scoring.
team under 2.5 goals. Just choosing a total number of goals scored.
Just on the United issue. Sorry, I actually wanted to mention this earlier on. And speaking about Erik ten Hag, if you look at his coaching resume, what's the biggest team that he's ever coached?
Ajax.
Well,
Where he
and
comes
being
from.
a first team isn't like thingy at Bayern does not really count. The stature of Ajax versus Man United, the stature, if you look at both teams,
Okay.
which one is bigger?
Manchester United, but that's because they're bigger than any club on the planet.
Of course.
So
They're a big team.
do you now understand over and above him just not having the right players, or maybe having the right players and not knowing how to utilize them?
He's responsible for his players.
But half of them are not bought by him, though.
That's
apparently.
relevant.
Well, how many could you have bought for 100 million that you
Exactly.
spent on Anthony?
Can get 2
And
decent
21.
players.
Brighton have spent less than that on their entire transfer budget. Their team doesn't seem too bad.
Even Ansu, yes.
Would you say is a manager that is battling to manage characters within the club?
Characters and big teams.
Can
yes.
I be honest of
Yes.
what's
Characters
going
in a big
on?
team, yes.
Can I be honest with what's going on? There is no commitment to that club because the club has no commitment to that club. There is nothing you can do. There are no players you can bring in. There is no manager that's going to come there and fix the problems in that club. It
But-
needs to be fixed at the top.
The roof is
Yes.
leaking.
Kaizer Chiefs can buy whatever players they want. They can bring in any manager they want. Manchester United can get any manager they want, can bring any players that they want.
But don't you think
until
that-
there's
yeah.
problems fixed at the club's level above that, above sporting level, they will continue to have problems.
But don't you think there's also he could have a challenge in the changing room? Because I mean, he's had that head-to-head situation. It happened with Ronaldo, and he was able to win. And then we're having the same situation now, something similar with Sancho. Don't you think that sometimes there is some type of a bit of some beef between himself as well as the guys in the changing room?
I don't mind that. So Alex
Yeah.
Ferguson used to do that all the time.
Yeah.
Roy Keane was one of the best midfielders in Premier League history, and he was the captain of the club. They had a fight with each other. He was playing at Celtic 2 weeks later.
That's what I'm saying. He's
David
not
Beckham-
managing the characters well.
David Beckham was caught in photos at Harrods with Victoria Beckham. Next thing, he's getting shipped off to other clubs.
Look, and I think, to be fair, no insults to anybody. Number one, we are giving too much airtime to teams that really don't matter.
Sure. Sure.
Number two, problems at Man United are not necessarily Erik ten Hag. They start way at the top. And if the top is not inspirational, that trickles down to even the groundsman and the security guard there by Carrington. So unless the top is sorted out, nothing is going to happen at Manchester United.
No, we're agreeing with you.
And then number three, can we move on to other teams that actually take their football seriously?
Are you talking about Arsenal? Because I don't
What else is there?
think
they're out of Carabao Cup.
and I don't think they're getting 3 points on this weekend either.
They're out of the Carabao Cup, and I repeat this because Arsenal are responsible. You know?
Wow.
Oh, so tomorrow night's more important. So you lost to West Ham on purpose so that you can play Newcastle tomorrow.
No, Arsenal like looking after the environment. That's why they don't do plastic.
Oh, wow.
Say something about City.
Like Man United, like City.
Say something about City.
Like Tottenham Hotspur.
They must just win the league, man.
Tottenham Hotspur
They can't run up. They can't be runners up
Tottenham
again.
Hotspur would love a plastic trophy, and Arsenal would love any trophy as well. It's been a long time, Len.
Yeah, we've won an FA recently. We've got another plastic. That's why we don't want too much plastic. I mean, we've got the Community Shield. Plastic. We don't want too much plastic, man.
Let's move.
Okay, Arsenal versus Newcastle, 7:30. What are your picks for that one? Let me give you the odds. Odds are slightly favor Arsenal.
Of course.
2.8 versus 2.55.
But Newcastle
That's
coming
very
from the
close.
confident win against Man
And at home.
City,
United, yeah.
and they are playing home, so that might give them some type of exhilaration.
Hey, Arsenal's a different animal to Man United, right?
Yeah.
Are teams looking at Man United and getting confident after beating them?
Yes.
It's like ticking a
It's
box.
still Man
that thing.
United though.
Wow, like leave United alone,
Ticking a
dog.
box. But on the Arsenal Newcastle game, going to St. James's Park is going to the gutters. Or going to Saudi Arabia. I mean, sorry. It's a tough place to go to.
Playing in the desert. On the-
Scorching hot.
Piping.
It's and Arsenal will know. It was a 0-0 draw. Newcastle were they were. I don't want to say they were playing dirty, but it was not a very. Newcastle knew they were very intentional last season when they played Arsenal at St. James's Park. The same was the case the season before when Newcastle played Arsenal at St. James's. They were one of the teams that actually sort of like blocked the path for Arsenal to actually make the Champions League the 2 seasons ago. So it's a tough place to go to.
So you don't want to put it in your multi-bet, hey?
No,
you
I
don't want to
will put-
ruin your
I-
whole
I-
multi-bet saying Arsenal's
I
going to
will
beat
put it in my
Newcastle at
multi.
St.
I
James's
will
Park.
put it in my multi-bet, and I will go for a Newcastle win.
A Newcastle win
Interesting.
at home against Arsenal.
Yeah, no.
Yes,
Yeah, my man.
In a multi-bet.
yes, Newcastle win at home.
Okay. Don't
Okay.
have money.
Just
I
by the way-
respect you, eh?
Yeah.
Oh, did you ask me as a football person, or did you ask me as an Arsenal fan?
I'm asking you what you're doing. I'm asking
With
you.
your Betway app.
I'm asking as your banker what you're doing with your money.
Okay, cool.
And just by
because
the
I
way-
want money.
Yeah.
Newcastle for a win.
Okay.
And
I
just
agree
by
with
the
you
way,
there.
Jesus is not going to be in. Party is also not in, and Timber, they all are injured. But I'm not seeing a serious injury situation at Arsenal.
I see goals.
Lots and lots of goals.
Because
and lots of
Newcastle are very good on the counter. Arsenal are going to have a lot of possession. I think Newcastle can hurt you on the break. And I think they're going to hurt Arsenal on the break. But I'm not.
And also, look, I mean, both teams are going to be they're going to be entirely changed come Saturday. A lot of the
Yeah.
teams were playing their fringe players.
Their C team.
They C team and all of that. I mean, Newcastle made 8 changes. That shows you how bad United is. Newcastle made 8 changes to their squad
Yeah.
for the Carabao Cup.
Well, Manchester United also made a bunch of changes. I mean, Martial was up
And
front.
Isak is out, eh?
Yeah.
I think it's a long-term injury now.
That
They've got-
reminds me, guys, the Fantasy Premier League.
How we doing?
I think I've got 91.
I got a chat.
I got 7-2 on the previous time.
Yeah,
Guys,
I think
Where you
please bring it
standing,
up
Marco?
because I don't know. I haven't checked.
you're so far down.
I still have Isak in my side from the first weekend. So it's yeah.
Yeah, me, I rocked. I was on fire, boy.
I'm 158.
So who's actually leading? Is it you, Super Sub? Super Sub?
Inter
Probably.
Uppington
Inter
FC,
Uppington,
Malcolm Yankees.
Yeah.
Well done, sure.
Related.
660.
Nice one.
And only 1 point behind is Nkunku Lunkulu.
Yeah, Zitle.
Speaking of Nkunku.
Kaya Ndlovu.
Who's with Nkunku?
Speaking of Nkunku,
It's a club name.
Christopher Nkunku from Chelsea.
No.
Oh.
I'm just remembering because of. Did you see Mohamed Kudus goal
No, I
against
didn't.
Arsenal? Ooh, what a beauty!
Can we talk about Borussia and Bayern?
Very quickly.
Well, we're gonna get there.
No, let's go there.
Oh,
Let's go
no
there
time.
now. We're running out of time.
I thought we were gonna go through the top 5 in the
Top 5, I'll mention them quickly.
Okay.
Okay.
Mohale Lem at number 3, Beds United FC.
Okay.
Nice.
And then number 4, it's Rinderani Larumbe. Black Mamba, he's been number 1 at some point. I remember his name.
Okay.
And then number 5 is Tembi Lendava, Stash FC.
Nice.
I'm number 77.
Not
Okay.
bad.
At least I'm in
You fine?
Okay.
hey, I'm further than I'm above Marco. That's all that counts.
You're
Okay,
gonna get a
going over
plastic
to
cup.
YouTube. Mpendulo.
Mpendulo, yeah.
Your Marco for once spoke some truth. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. At least I give you once. Sometimes it happens.
Not too bad.
Okay, guys. Before we close off, I want to play a game quickly. You're a top player. You can play for your country and you can play in any league in the world for a top side. During the prime of your career,
Yeah.
which league would you have wanted to play in as of today, 2023? You're a top player today. Would you play in La Liga? Would you play in the Bundesliga? Would you play in the English Premier League or
Serie A in
whatever it
Italy.
is, the Italian Serie A or the French Ligue 1? Or you know what? Let's Liga NOS in Portugal.
Liga. I would definitely be in La Liga.
Yeah, I'll
I'd be at Madrid.
Real Madrid to be
me too.
specific.
Yeah.
Okay,
Sure,
and
Jude.
if you exclude the top 2 sides from every country, so we're all in agreement. All of us would want to play in La Liga.
Yeah.
All of us, as long as it's
Let's
you'd
hear.
want to play English Premier League. Which one?
I would want to play in the Serie A.
In
wanna play in
Serie A.
Italy?
I
Okay.
love Serie A football as well. But okay, if you can't play for Real Madrid or Barcelona,
Atletico.
you'd still choose La Liga
Atletico
and you would
Madrid.
stay at Atletico.
No, you mean I'll play in England.
I'd
England.
play in Bundes. I'd play like a Borussia, not even a Borussia. I'll play
Stuttgart FC.
no man.
Mönchengladbach.
No, Mönchengladbach.
Freiburg FC.
Bayern Munich.
No, Bayern.
Werder
Standard.
Bremen.
I'd be a Bayern.
Okay, Bayern.
Yeah.
But that's top 2 though.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so that's the
Okay,
thing.
Mönchengladbach.
Okay, I am inclined to go with you, Serie A, just because it would be a nice place to live. But I would enjoy the
Wow.
English Premier League money. I can tell you that right now.
And
And I would enjoy the English Premier League. I
And
think
I'd
I
play-
would choose the Premier League. It's the best league in the world. As a league,
Serie A.
for football reasons, I would play in the Premier League.
Wow.
For money reasons, I'd play in the Premier League. For lifestyle reasons,
Serie A.
Serie A.
Yeah. Okay.
But also very good league. I love Serie A, and I'm really enjoying this
And you
season.
do
It's
talk
very
a lot of
competitive.
Serie A, yeah.
It's been very competitive. The clubs have been good. Juventus playing good football. Inter, AC Milan, Roma, not really. They're doing okay. Napoli, not what they were. But
Speaking
anyway.
of Napoli, man, a big shout out to Osimhen.
What's he done now?
So I think he's the first African to be in the top 10. Remember we had the Ballon d'Or. By the way, guys.
Oh, yeah.
Yo.
Yo, quick one before we get out of here.
I don't want to talk about
guys.
it.
Congratulations, Lionel Messi. Oh yeah, I see why you. I know why
Yes,
you're mad.
yo.
Don't- Why you mad though?
There's a lot,
Why you
yo.
mad?
I'm mad for Haaland and I'm mad for Mbappe.
Did they win a World Cup?
Mbappe was number two.
Did they play in MLS?
No, but
Yeah, but remember they're basing Messi's Ballon d'Or on also his contribution in the World Cup, and
It's-
that's
it's
why it's
penalties
carrying
that
a
he
lot
took
of weight.
in the World
Who
Cup.
was better in the World Cup final?
Yeah.
it was Messi.
Who was better, Messi
I'll
or
be
Kylian
honest, Len.
Mbappe?
Who
Who was
won-
a better individual player?
Who won player
We're
of-
talking about an individual
Okay,
award.
who won player of the tournament?
Let FIFA choose who they want for player of the tournament.
Exactly.
Who was the
Marco.
best player in the World Cup
It was
final?
Kylian Mbappe.
By far.
Okay, so this is what happens with the Ballon d'Or, and I think you guys are
I'm
aware.
leaving.
Bye.
It's a popularity contest, man.
It really
No, but
is, and it brings
it
a lot
is,
of
man.
numbers
Be
and
honest.
eyes to
How did Messi win that?
8th time this time, even.
Huh?
What do we say?
How did Messi win that? Journalists, captains, and
Guys-
coaches
guys, Marco's
of all the
shaking.
national teams voted for Messi over Haaland and Mbappe.
Yeah, it's-
Simple.
So we're saying that. Are you saying
Also,
Haaland
all
was
the other
not
times when they
Abamo Rob?
voted, all the other times when they voted for other people, it was fair.
No, we're not
guys,
saying it was fair.
But like the system has not changed.
The system, the structures of Ballon d'Or, the voting system, and all of that is flawed.
They've always been rigged.
I
Yeah,
who
it's flawed.
cares about
Okay,
Ballon
I
d'Or
don't care
anymore?
about Ballon
I don't
d'Or.
care about Ballon d'Or.
Even me, I'm with you. I think if I was choosing, and you're talking about World Cup being important, Kylian Mbappe was the best player at that World Cup.
Yeah.
He nearly carried France single-handedly in the
Yeah.
final. He played in a better league for a good side, and he's done good football. He played in the same team as Lionel Messi, the
Yeah,
same
they
club
played at
side during that
PSG,
period.
yeah.
Who was the top boy there?
Yeah.
You know what, ne?
No, it's a popularity
In my
contest. man.
parting words, ne? You guys are as bitter as the English and the All Blacks supporters.
Wow.
No, we're not bitter. I love
Wow.
Messi for football reasons, but I just feel like he did not deserve the Ballon d'Or.
Ketile. He was voted for. It's not like he said
Because it's popular.
So is Haaland.
It's
So
like
is
the
Mbappe.
calling knockouts, and then they choose man of the match, and then they're naturally
Exactly.
going to choose someone
It's a
that we
popularity
all know
contest,
that is
man.
popular.
Hell, he still has 8.
They must just
Anyway,
can that thing, man.
I think that was
Okay,
the last
well
one.
done to Messi, and sorry to Haaland.
Yeah, well
Okay.
done, Messi. You,
Yeah.
Okay, well done. We're
Messi
not- they
definitely
were
one
not-
of the best players of all time. Definitely not the best player this year, but one of the best of all time.
Definitely.
Agreed.
That we
Should be
cannot take
celebrated.
away from
Agreed.
him.
You'll never take a.
Oh, and
there's-
big ups to Bonmati as well. The Ballon d'Or woman.
Oh yes, yes.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yes, yes, yes.
Big ups to Bonmati as well
Yeah,
because
but,
she was
Ballon
player of the
d'Or
she was the player
At the Women's World Cup.
at the Women's World Cup for
Yeah,
Spain.
sure.
Well done. And that actually draws us to a close. I
Yeah.
think we've covered everything. Hala Madrid, hala Jadon Sancho. I mean, not Jadon Sancho.
Jade
My bad.
Bellington.
I'm just thinking of Dortmund English players. Jude Bellingham.
Oh yes, Bellingham flying very
what a
high.
player.
It was a-
Yeah.
For me, best player in the world right
I
now.
actually see him getting a Ballon d'Or in a couple of years.
For sure.
I know we're supposed
He's
to get out of
definitely
here.
a contender.
And we have to make quick picks, obviously, about the classic Bayern versus Borussia.
I say Bayern going in.
Firstly, I say Borussia Dortmund.
Interesting.
There's a reason.
You can make some money.
Yeah, I can make some money.
What are the odds looking like, Marco?
Borussia Dortmund versus Bayern Munich. Odds massively favor Bayern Munich.
Bayern, of course.
1.78 versus 3.85 for Dortmund only. Dortmund a good side. That is not fair odds to Dortmund. They can go and win this.
But we are not complaining because the odds are in your favor should they win, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Quick one before we get out of here. Jude Bellingham, El Clasico, game changer.
2 goals. A cracker from
a
outside
solid boy.
and a goal poacher's goal, just reading the game, knowing where the ball's going to be.
He's
What
intelligent.
a player.
Yeah.
He's got more goal contributions than games. At Real Madrid,
Yes.
my man,
And
Star.
the
Bellingham ball is here.
The irony about it, for the longest time, Gavi had him in his pocket. There was one moment where Gavi, I think, turned or he made a tackle and lost sight of Jude. And that's when he clapped that belt up.
Also, let's talk about one Ballon d'Or winner.
Yeah.
Guys, Luka Modric.
What's happening there?
Luka Modric.
They are saving us. Yes, Luka Modric.
Good player.
Yeah, Luka
He
Modric.
came on, he changed the Classico.
Oh, yes. Yes. You see, the introduction of Luka Modric and Camavinga, that's what changed the game.
Camavinga.
Yeah. That is what changed the game.
Guys, El Clasico was a Clasico.
It was.
was a
And
classico
it never
indeed.
disappointed.
Barcelona were terrific the first half. They
Yes.
played beautiful football. Real Madrid came. Luka Modric changed the game. Jude Bellingham was a master. Real Madrid played such good football in the second half, dominated and scored an absolutely insane
Crack
late
of a
goal.
goal, yeah.
And Jude Bellingham's equalizer was ridiculous. And the only team I like more than Real Madrid right now is the team over at Betway who paid out 29.1 million rand for Springboks winnings.
Oh,
What?
a lot of Randellas, man.
I wanna
And
be a ball player right now.
ballers
I was gonna
benefit
say,
today.
like our bowlers are probably bowling right
Ah.
now. Like, congrats to everybody who won, man. Yeah, that's oof.
And big up to Betway, guys. I mean, to back
Yeah.
the Springbok like that. And,
Yeah.
you know.
They knew. Guys,
Yeah,
they
no.
knew the Springboks were going to win. They were like, risk-free bet. Bet your money. We'll even give you your money if they don't win. That's how confident we are they're going to win. Look what happened.
And look at the brighter side. We are with the winning team, guys.
Of course.
Yeah.
They only back winners.
They're only back winners. So well done to them. If you aren't on the Betway app, be sure to join the Betway app now and use the affiliate code ONSIDE ZA. Remember, SA20, the Betway SA20 cricket is coming up. And if you go to the game and you catch a ball in the stadium, you get paid a certain amount, but they double your money if you're on the Betway app
that's
already.
so dope.
That's dope.
Yeah.
We're going to cricket and we're also going to the Betway Summer Cup.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
Yo,
baby,
there's
horse
so much,
racing. I'm
y'all,
going to wear
yeah.
my suit. I'm going to look fancy.
So we
Again.
must look fancy.
No, we know he can do it. The challenge is on us.
It's a problem.
He's shown it before.
But thank you so much. Thank you to you, ballers. Thank you, Len Moleko. Thank you, Tepi Worldwide. Thank you, Super Sub.
Dango.
And like we said, most of all, thank you to you, the ballers. We are
love
out
you.
of here. Betway, get way more.
Remember?
Remember, don't be offside, guys. Please, I'm tired.
Be on side.
Be on side
Let's
with us
go.
and Betway.
Danko.
Danko.
Danko means thank you.